Well, it's that time again. Let's walk in faith, talk about anime, and grow together. Welcome to Rev's Otaku Talk.
Hey Otaku family, welcome to Rev's Otaku Talk Studio Ghibli Fest. I'm your host, Raver Mom, with my amazing co-host, Rev.
What's up, guys?
This season, we're diving deep into the whimsical, heartfelt words of Studio Ghibli, where fantasy meets faith and wonder points us back to the creator. Whether you're a lifelong Ghibli fan or just discovering these animated masterpieces, we're here to explore each story through the lenses of Christian values. From the skies of Laputa to the forests of Totoro, we'll uncover powerful themes, spiritual insights, and the beauty of God's truth woven into every frame. So grab your favorite snack, open your heart, and get ready for a journey where faith and fandom soar together. This is your Christ Walk with Otaku Talk. Ghibli Fest starts now. Today's episode, we journey into the world of From Up on Poppy Hill. This movie was set in 1963, Yokohama, and it follows Umi Matsuzaki, a diligent high school girl who manages her family's boarding house while her mother is away. Every morning, she raises signal flags to communicate with ships in the harbor, a ritual honoring her father who was lost at sea during the Korean War. Her life changes when she meets Shun Kazama, a spirited member of the school's journalism club. Together, they lead a student-run campaign to save the Latin Quarter, a charming but decaying historic clubhouse that the school administration plans to demolish to make way for modern Olympic-era facilities. As Umi and Shun work to renovate the building and lobby for its preservation, a romance develops between them. However, their relationship is suddenly complicated by a family secret. They discover a photograph suggesting they might be biological siblings. This revelation forces them to navigate their feelings with heartbreaking maturity while continuing their mission to protect their school's heritage. Ultimately, they uncover the truth about their parents' wartime sacrifices, learning that they are not related by blood, but share a deep connection through their father's friendship. The film concludes as a poignant celebration of balancing progress with the preservation of the past. So, Rev, what did you think about the movie? This is so weird.
Yeah, it's a little backwards. I actually really liked the movie. The cool thing is we were talking about Goro Miyazaki's movies. He's done 3, and this is the second one. Mm-hmm. Last week, I did the Tales from Earthsea, and it was pretty much Studio Ghibli's biggest stain on history. It wasn't a horrible movie, but you could tell, I guess, the directorial immaturity that Goro had in that movie.
Yeah.
As compared to what we saw in From Up on Poppy Hill.
Yes.
It is you can tell the transformation over the course of a few years and the growth that he had. And I'm glad he didn't take his daddy's criticism whenever Miyazaki said that he was directing with his emotions. Because I think that in this movie, him directing with his emotions paid off. It was what made the movie.
Yeah, I know that. I noticed a lot of differences between the one you did last week. Although I know I wasn't on the podcast, but I did watch the movie, and I did notice a big difference with, like you said, maturity. Like there was like you could tell, like he grew a lot from that one versus this one right here.
Yeah. Story-wise, I think the story was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It took place in a time where what they were going through was normal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they even talked a little bit about the history of, the Japanese in the Korean War and how that sort of thing happened a lot, where where their babies kind of switch hands. Like if the family died,
Yeah.
they would have their closest friends take the child and
Yeah.
raise the child.
Yeah.
And if that soldier and his family died, it would go to, another trusted friend.
Yeah.
And it was cool to see that side of history for them.
Yeah.
But it was kind of cool to see the mystery and drama that was in it too.
Yeah.
I mean, to even think of the possibility that, hey, I met, me and you, I met you, and then all of a sudden, oh, there's a shot that you're my sister.
That would be so weird.
That would be messed up.
And creepy and also it'd be a lot of things.
Luckily, our family backgrounds are from completely different countries.
Yes.
But I mean, to think about that and to see the maturity of, she was a second year in high school, and he was older. No, he was younger.
No, he would have been older because remember, she was pregnant. The mom said she was pregnant, and your dad came in. So from that time frame, he would have been like maybe 1 year.
A third year.
Yeah, he would have been like a third year versus if she was pregnant when he was already born. But the way they portrayed it, he was like a newborn.
Yeah.
Because he said the wife died from complications. So he should have been a third year, if not the same year.
Yeah. So, I mean, to see how they handled their situation with such maturity. I mean, they went through the awkward phase of, we're just going to be friends, but they weren't speaking to each other. And they couldn't stand to really be around each other at one point, and then one wanted to, kind of use the friendship to communicate or to get past a problem, and then the parents get involved. And I love the fact that, the was it Umi? Her mom calls up Shun's dad. Is like, yeah, we need to talk.
Yeah.
And then Shun is like, okay, well, we know the third guy in the picture, and he's here. He can settle everything for them and put their minds at ease. And then at the end, when they're on the tugboat, Shun's dad looks at him and winks.
Yeah,
like,
that was cute.
You got the green light, kid. Go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome. So what would you rate the movie all around?
All around, I'd give the movie a 9.
Yeah?
I wouldn't give it a perfect score, but I would definitely give it a 9. It'd be close. Parentally, I didn't see anything wrong, but the lessons, that they can learn from it. If there's something good that needs done, don't leave it to somebody else to do it if you have the ability to do it.
Yeah.
If you're looking at failure in the face, whenever there's a slim margin for success, even though the margin for success is slim, why not?
Yeah, still fight for it.
And fight for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it has great, great examples of strength and faith and just stepping out and doing something even whenever other people say it's impossible or you can't change it. Nowadays everybody's wanting to change the world, but they're wanting to change the stuff that doesn't need changed, but the stuff that need changed, everybody's afraid to change. So, okay, if the change needs to be done, we need people to step up and make the change. From a Christian standpoint, again, it's got so many good examples and morals that even us as Christians need to learn and build off of, because we have become such a I don't want to say passive, but we have become very passive, in the Christian faith and in our Christian walk, all through the world, because a fear has been put there. But we still have a slim chance to accomplish what God has commissioned us to do, what Jesus commissioned us to accomplish, why not actually push for it anyway? You know, because they were afraid.
Mm-hmm.
They were worried. You know, we're afraid and worried too. Why not push through?
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I really liked it. I give it a 9.
Okay. I'd say a 9 as well for me. It was really good. I think the animation was amazing. It was one of the better ones, I feel like. And the history factor of it. It didn't have, of course, it didn't show a lot of the war stuff that it talked about, but it did kind of allude to it. It did show the ship getting hit when it hit the
the depth charge,
the mine, and then it blowing up and stuff. But I loved the real factor of it.
Yeah.
Like for me, that was a big deal, because like you said, a lot of what they went through in the movie happened in real life. So it was like almost like a real historic kind of cartoon. And if you want to call it that, I know it's an anime, cartoon's different, but it's just the real factor of it to me is very different when it comes to a lot of the other Ghibli movies, because most of the other Ghibli movies have like magic or spirits in them or creatures in them. This was all humans, but like on a historical level. Yeah. And I thought that was amazing. That honestly, because in the beginning, I was struggling with like watching it. Yeah. Just because the fact that it was a little confusing for me to understand. That's why I kept asking you questions.
I gotcha.
But as I kept watching, I think after the first 15, 20 minutes, I started actually understanding. I know.
Well, at the beginning of the movie, it was like a collage because you were looking into the different aspects of both of their lives. Yeah. And it was just flashes and glimpses. But it was almost like the way he did it was like building a puzzle, where at the beginning you throw all the puzzle pieces on the table and you're seeing little glimpses of the puzzle, and then the pieces start coming together.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, it's kind of like if you were almost watching their lives from like a fly's perspective. Yeah. Where you see a little bit here and a little bit there. And I mean, I understand all of that. And the important part is the part where it actually started coming together and they started working together and everything like that. Because the whole movie was about the building. Yeah. And the Olympics and keeping your ties to history and all of that. And that was like the biggest factor of that, which I think is awesome coming from the son, because like, it's like him saying to his dad, and not just his dad, but like his ancestors that, even though he's growing up and moving on, Miyazaki's son is like, I'm still going to be tied to everything dad did and everything that he does and stuff like that. Like, it's kind of like an honor thing.
Yeah. I can agree with that. I think that Miyazaki should be proud of it, because Miyazaki, his passion, even in the interviews that he's talked about in the past, was how, he wants the new generation to remember Japan's history and where they came from. Mm-hmm. And I think, honestly, Goro knocked it out of the park. And I think that for a historical one from Ghibli, from Up on Poppy Hill, completely and totally outranks Grave of the Fireflies. I mean, Grave of the Fireflies is very emotional and stuff like that, but all the information and everything that you get from it, all the history and the different perspectives, you got a whole lot more of that from Up on Poppy Hill.
Yeah. But it was nice to also see the even though it was his son that directed everything, it was also kind of nice to see the seamless, what do you call it, connection, like all the Ghibli movies. Like, it still looked like a Ghibli movie, even though his son did all the directing. it still looked like his father had a huge hand in it, like a big influence in it, so to speak.
If you didn't know that he directed it, you would have thought his dad directed it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could definitely tell it came from a Miyazaki.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of awesome. So I know when we were talking off air how this movie has a lot of things that you can learn, and you've kind of touched on a lot of it. But one thing that kind of stuck out to me is, and I know this is going to sound weird or funny or whatever, but when they went in and started cleaning everything.
Okay.
They, like, it was like they were trying to keep the structure, right? They're trying to keep the structure and take what they had and take out all the old, take out all the bad, take out all the nonsense, all the junk, all the things that didn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, if there wasn't a sentimental part to it, keep that, but get rid of everything else, get rid of the junk, clutter, and all of that.
Yeah.
And it kind of made me think of when Jesus went into the temple and started throwing tables.
Okay.
Only because of the fact that he went into and was cleaning out the temple. I mean, he did it in anger, and because he was very upset at the fact that they were buying and selling in the temple, and that they were using the temple not for its purpose.
Yeah, they were using it as a flea market.
Right. And I know that that's not what the club, what did they call it? It
was a Latin Quarter.
The Latin Quarter. Is that what it was called?
Yep.
So I know that they were using the Latin Quarter was like all these different clubs and stuff together, and they weren't like, but like I feel like the Latin Quarter was meant for what it was after they cleaned it up.
Yeah.
Like the representation of it. And they had to go in and they had to get all the junk that wasn't necessary to be in it for it to serve its real purpose. And they did that in order to save it. And I feel like sometimes like that's what we have to do, just like Jesus did. We need to go in and we need to get out all the junk, all the garbage, all the nonsense, all the clutter. It's like whenever you spring clean your house. Like you've got to reset and redo and make it new again while keeping that connection to your history or to your foundation of faith and stuff like that. And so I thought that was kind of an awesome way of looking at that part of Jesus' ministry when he went in and he did all of that to kind of reset the temple and you know, basically show and tell everybody the real purpose of what it was for.
Yeah.
And you know, kind of like it was like an almost like an awestruck kind of moment at that point, because people needed to understand that the temple was being used for something that it wasn't meant to. And that's what we need to understand. Like the temple in our lives is our bodies, our minds, our abilities, our talents. And a lot of times we can use those for our own self or for the world.
Yeah.
And you have to learn to get rid of the junk, get rid of the bad habits, get rid of the people in your life that pull you down, or those bad memories, or just things dragging you down.
Yeah.
And misrepresenting yourself, and try to do better and clean it out and, you know, start good habits. It's the new part of the year. I know I'm a couple weeks in, but now's the perfect time to do it, because it's like a fresh start. I told my third graders the other day, I had on the board that it's a new year, a new chapter in your life, brand new blank page.
Yeah.
You know, what are you going to write on it? And that's kind of what we need to do. And that's kind of what they did with the Latin Quarter, even though it had been there for a century.
Yeah.
You know, it still meant a lot. The foundation, the structure meant a lot. But they had to refresh it for it to go another century. So, thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I thought it was, really funny because even whenever the cleaning had to begin, because it was Umi who said, why don't you fix the place up?
Right.
If you fix it up, you make it presentable, they're less likely to tear it down.
Right.
And they weren't thinking like that.
No.
They liked the mess. They liked the filth they were wallowing in pretty much. But what was really cool was she gave Shun the idea, and then they parted ways. He said, "Thank you for your advice," basically. And then the next day, he talks to the guys about it, but then he looks at Umi and her sister and is like, "Can you help us?"
Yeah.
And a band of girls come in and they start cleaning, and then the guys start getting in on the cleaning and some of the construction work that needed to be done. And I think, sometimes whatever, we need to clean out our lives, or we need to, clean up something within ourselves, whether it's our attitude, the way we think, or, the state of our heart, or anything like that. Sometimes it helps if you have help.
Right.
Sometimes we know we need help getting through something, but we're too afraid to ask for it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need help to reach the next stage. But we're just too afraid to ask for it. We have too much pride in ourselves to do it.
Yeah.
And it was really cool that Shun and his partner, I can't remember the guy's name. He was like the president of the Latin Quarter. But they took the time and they took the step for all the guys that were there to ask for help.
Yeah.
And as they were cleaning up the building, you noticed that each club head kind of changed how they acted. The one that was really funny was a philosophy guy.
Oh my goodness, he was adorable. He was like the biggest one.
Huge dude, very philosophical, very poetic.
And a big baby.
Doesn't like anybody in his space. He was a very, proud and outgoing guy. But, he had a big mess himself he had to clean up, but he was hiding it. He was hiding his mess.
Yeah.
And, to see them change and start to grow and develop over the course of it shows just how much getting rid of the garbage in our life can cause a chain reaction in how we act and how we approach things, how we approach people, how our demeanor can look to other people.
Well, sometimes all that garbage distracts us.
Yeah.
It causes us to lose focus, and that could be a big problem right there. I mean, that right there, because that can detour you from who you're really meant to be, or where you're really meant to be, or whatever. Like if you're trying to meet a goal, if you have something that's distracting you, then you're not really becoming the person that God wants you to be.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you bringing this up reminds me of whenever I was younger, how everybody used to say I constantly look like I was mad.
You still do.
I do not.
Not okay.
I am not as bad.
Not as bad.
Because it used to be that nobody would approach me.
There are still moments where I have to sit here or stand next to you and look at you, and I literally go through everything that has previously happened in that day. Okay. That wouldn't have made him mad. That wouldn't have made him mad. That wouldn't have made him
What's
mad.
bad is the grand majority of the time I'm just in deep thought.
You are. I know.
It's my thinking face. I guess it freaks people out.
And that's probably why I ask you so many times what's on your mind. Because if you tell me nothing, or if like you're thinking of something or whatever, most of the time, okay, like you're thinking. But if you don't say anything, then I know like something's wrong.
Yeah.
So it depending on your response is how I determine what mood you're in.
there was a new pastor that came to a church when I was little, and my dad was the children's pastor of the church, And the pastor pulled my dad off to the side, and I was sitting on a seat a little bit away from them, and the pastor goes, "Does your son not like me? Is he mad at me?"
Oh
for
my
something?"
goodness gracious.
And my dad's like, "No, that's just the way he looks, dude."
Yep. Pretty much.
I mean, I've had to come out of my shell and lighten up a lot. I was very introverted growing up.
Yeah.
But through speech classes and you coming into my life and then having kids, that's kind of opened me up quite a bit.
Yeah. I think you're more open than I am.
Well, it took you, and it took the kids, and it's taken people who have also come in and out of my life to clean up the garbage that, was running through my mind.
Yeah.
And everything like that for me to change.
I also think closing out chapters.
Yeah.
Like, I know you and I both have done that a lot within the past year. We have tried to overcome and close out some chapters that we have struggled with, not just like since we've been together, but prior to us. It's crazy to think almost 19 years ago, like, we had things that still hung on to us.
Yeah.
But I think it took all the stuff we've gone through in the past year for us to realize that stuff was dragging us down.
Yeah.
And it took a lot. It took people you've talked to and hung out with, and a lot of prayer, and a lot of studying our Bibles and just talking with one another. And I mean, I can definitely tell that you've come out of your shell and you have broken free from some of the things that you've struggled with. And I know, like I was telling you earlier, there are things that in my past that I thought I was going to be stuck with for the rest of my life, just because that's how I grew up, and that is what I was used to.
Yeah.
And it's just within these I'd probably say last month or so, that I have come to realize that that's not my life. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have to be like that. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that I have you. Because I grew up with someone that was totally opposite of you. I mean, granted, I understand, like, you've struggled with, like, anger and stuff like that, and you've overcome that.
Yeah.
But the person that I was raised with, or the people that raised me, didn't. Like, that was literally all I saw every day. And so I thought that's what life was. And so within the last couple of months, it's almost like a weight was lifted off. Mm-hmm. Because it was like, I don't have to stress over, are you mad at me? I don't have to stress or question the things that I do, or the things that I say, or how I say, and like all of that. And I know that sounds weird even after almost 19 years, but some of those things are hard to let go. And I don't know if it's like a maturity level, or if it's just the determination of trying to get away from all of that, or what. But like you said, keep trying, like, keep moving forward, and keep growing, and keep, how did you put it?
Don't let a small chance of failure stop
Thank
you.
From pushing even if there's a small chance, like, even that small chance, like, keep trying, like, keep moving forward. And I mean, because if they wouldn't have, in the movie, if Shun and Umi and the Latin Quarter and all of them just gave up whenever they got the bad news that, oh yeah, they're gonna tear it down, even though we did all this work, like. Yeah,
because they went, after they found that out, they went to Tokyo and they talked to the chairman.
Right. So, I mean, even though there was, because the leader, the president of the Latin Quarter at the time even said, man, I didn't even think that was going to work, know, and Umi said, me either, like, they didn't even think it was going to work. But even if there's like a less than 1% chance, keep trying.
Yeah.
Because eventually you're going to get there. It's that determination and that faith, and God's going to help if you're trying and you're doing it for a good reason, God's gonna honor that.
Yeah.
God's gonna come through for you, even after 19 years.
Well, I mean, it's a good example, and it shows people that, pushing for change and knowing that a change needs to be done, some changes don't take long to happen.
Right.
Some changes, especially whenever they are emotional and, mental, especially whenever it comes to hardships like you've gone through, that can take years to overcome.
Yeah.
And, if it's going to take years, okay. You hit points throughout the years where you thought that it wasn't going to happen. But you always had me pushing you. Like every time you hit that point, no, keep going. Don't even go down that road. Keep going down the one that you're on.
Yeah.
That's where having, asking for help or even letting somebody in.
Yeah.
Somebody to whenever they see that look hit your face.
Yeah.
Okay, something's wrong. Even whenever the face, the look hits my face, whether I'm thinking or not, are you okay?
Yeah.
Even asking somebody if they're okay.
Yeah. And
is a big deal.
Yeah.
If you see somebody who is trying to change, if you see somebody who's working toward a change, if you got the time.
Yeah.
Hey, bud, you need help?
Yeah.
Hey, can I lend a hand? What's going on? Talk to me.
Yeah.
And it's very hard nowadays to find somebody who is just selflessly willing to help you through the change without wanting anything in return. And that is what they found.
Yeah.
Whenever they started working on the Latin Quarter. I mean, the girls didn't even want to go near the place at the beginning.
It was disgusting. I wouldn't have wanted to go near it.
But, they overcame their feelings about it.
Yeah.
To jump in and help. Change is hard. Working for a change is harder.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's better said than done. And in the movie, they talked about change. And nobody knew where to start to put it in action, and nobody really wanted to make the change at the beginning.
Yeah.
But it took somebody from the outside to push to clean everything up. And I think nowadays the biggest change in most people's lives is they've gotten to the point to where they feel like the filth they're living in is where they want to be at. But they don't see the negative of the filth in their lives. And
they get comfortable in it.
And I think that people need to not be so offended whenever they open up the door for somebody to suggest the change. And they, they put their pride down enough to listen. So that they can start the cleaning process.
Yeah. What's that saying? If you keep doing the same thing over and over and get the same result, it's the same
definition of insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting it to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and nothing changes and you get the same results, I mean, that is insane. You've got to make changes in order to get out of that rut. It's like being on the, what is that called? The mouse wheel?
Yeah.
The little mouse wheel. I mean, if you're in that rut, you're just going to keep going around the same thing, that same mouse wheel. Yep. You've got to get off of it to be able to make those changes. And sometimes you can't do that unless you have help.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like sometimes you may not even notice. And it's knowing, one, that you're not by yourself. I mean, granted, I understand everybody's lives are different. Everybody goes through different things. We have all different experiences and stuff like that. But like when I lost my brother, what has it been, 8 years ago? Something like that.
Yeah.
There are people out there who have lost siblings, as well. Like, I'm not the only one that's lost their brother or their mother, or like we've both lost grandmothers, like,
Yeah.
even though our experiences are different. I lost my grandmother when I was 15. You just lost yours a few years ago.
Yep.
The tragedy is still the same.
Yeah.
And we can work through those tragedies together as long as we open up and listen. Or even if you didn't go through the same thing the other person went through, just sitting and listening sometimes,
Yeah.
Can help somebody, because they may not have ever had anybody, listen. But like you said, opening up and listening to one another and not being offended. I mean, we've had many people that have come across our lives since we've been married that have come to us for help.
Mm-hmm.
And, as a married couple, married Christian couple, we would advise them, we've gone through this, or we've gone through something very similar, or if this is what the Bible says, if you do this, blah, blah, blah. And then they go back to their lives and they do absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And it's like, so what was that whole point of having that 4-hour conversation in our living room? You came to us for help, and then you turn around. You must not have wanted to change, or you must not have been ready to change.
Yeah.
But at the same time, at least that seed was planted.
Well, it also looks on the other side of the spectrum. If not everybody wants to change. Not everybody is ready for the change, like you said.
Yeah. Or they're expecting the other person to change.
Even though the change is not made, at least you took the effort to help somebody.
Yeah.
And if it helped, fantastic. If it didn't help, or you divulged things to them that they just weren't ready for,
yeah,
and the situation didn't seem to get any better or anything like that, at least you took the time.
Yeah.
It's not that you failed.
Yeah.
It's that, it's
just
not your
wasn't that
place to
time.
succeed or fail for somebody else.
Yeah.
It's your place to be there to help them in that journey.
Yeah.
And if you took the time, then, you yourself succeeded in giving time.
Well, I mean, even in the movie Umi, when they found out their family, started finding out their family history and the potential of them being biological siblings, she didn't quit helping. Like, she still went and helped and didn't know what was going on because Shun didn't open up that part yet. And till she was like, okay, I'm done with this whole silent treatment. I want to know what's going on and everything. And she asked him, and then he opened up. And it's not, like you said, it's not giving up. And it's that even though it's difficult, you still got to, even if there's 1%, you still got to keep going.
Yeah.
And in attempting, you may not know if it's going to work now or later, but attempting to help and attempting to change, eventually it'll get better. Well, I do want to point out a couple of things.
Okay.
We actually both noticed it. That little Easter egg of the ship name.
Oh, it was manufactured by Ghibli.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of cool how Miyazaki's son did that. It was like a connection to his dad, or like to what his dad does.
Yeah, because he loves to put Easter eggs and everything.
Right. So I thought that was kind of cool how he continued that little tradition in his movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just thought that was kind of cute that little Easter egg was in there. So if you were a student of the school, that school that Umi and Shun went to.
Okay.
I don't know the name of it. And you were part of the Latin Quarter.
Okay.
What club would you be a part of?
What club would I be in? Probably the Engineers Club, just because of the fact that even though I seem to have a talent for writing, I really don't like doing it. I love astronomy, but their astronomy club was...
Their astronomy club was funny.
You know, whenever the chairman came to the Latin Quarter, to look at all the changes, to make his decision on whether or not he was going to demolish it.
Right.
He looks at him, he's going down the line to the clubs. What club are you? Oh, we're the astronomy club. Yeah? What you observing? The sun, sir. What have you discovered? Absolutely nothing.
Basically, yeah.
And
it's hot.
It's really hot. But the Engineers Club was like the one that was kept secret. Like whenever you went past that area, they had the tent up, and all you saw was the tent sides moving around and junk because they're working inside of it. It's like, what are you guys doing in secret?
Yeah.
What are you building? What are you inventing? Is it even Umi's like, what's that? No one knows. I want to be part of the mystery club.
The ninjas. The ninjas of the Latin Club.
The engineers are ninjas. We are shinobi.
Oh my goodness.
We are practicing our skills.
There you go.
But yeah, I'd go for engineer.
Cool.
What would you be in?
I would be part of the chemistry or science club.
Okay, so you want to blow stuff up?
I do. When we were going to high school, my I don't know the teacher's name, but the chemistry teacher on the first day, it was an older gentleman. On the very first day, he had put some kind of liquid on the counter. Didn't know that until later, but he lit the counter on fire. And I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. And that was also one of the reasons why I wanted to be a teacher. Yes, so I could light things on fire.
Pyro.
But, yeah, so I would probably choose the chemistry club so I could, light things on fire and blow things up just for the fun of it.
Nice. Yeah, I had the other chemistry teacher at our high school. I walked into the classroom of the older gentleman and basically said, hey, can we borrow something?
Oh, you came in the fun class.
Yeah. And then I went back to the other one whose idea of a free period is watching CSI.
Oh, my goodness.
So, yeah, there were days where they're like, I really don't want to do any work. We're going to watch CSI, just listen to some sciencey words and remember what they said. In middle school, my science teacher would have us watch Osmosis Jones, and she would say, you learned about osmosis today.
Oh,
so if anybody asked, you learned about osmosis.
That's hilarious.
And so, yeah.
Do you remember the biology teacher at our high school?
Mr. Barry, yes.
No, the other one. Yeah, the other one I had was a lady.
Curly hair?
Yeah.
She was my chemistry teacher.
I had her for biology.
I had her for chemistry, and
she had all like the containers of like the animals or the plants or whatever.
She had no idea.
She was a great biology teacher.
On how to properly teach stoichiometry. I still, for the life of me, do not understand it. She said it's like algebra. I can see the numbers look the same, but yeah, she was not very good at teaching the math end of it.
She was an amazing biology teacher.
I bet she was.
I loved her as a biology teacher.
She was a fantastic teacher on everything else.
My goodness.
But whenever it came to the math part, I'm like, no.
That's funny.
It's like, I remember CSI. There you go. I remember that part. Hey, Delco,
Oh, my goodness.
But, Yeah, no, I had Mr. Barry for biology, and if I'm not mistaken, he is still there.
Really?
Yep, he is still teaching biology. So, yeah.
That is insane.
Uh huh.
I didn't know he was still there.
So there were a lot of ships in this movie.
Yes.
If you were the captain of a ship, what would you name it?
Hakuna Matata.
I want to go on a ship that means no worries. That's bad.
Yes. Seeing that I know nothing about a ship or being a captain or how to take care of a ship, yeah, no worries. We'll figure it out.
So I think, whenever it comes to boats and ships, the worst thing you can do is say that it's unsinkable.
Well, yeah,
Or
that's obvious.
that we built this ship to not, to last forever or blah, 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 okay? So I think that I would call mine prone to flooding.
Oh my goodness.
Just so I wouldn't have the bad luck on my side.
You know what the Bible says about, your words. Speaking it into existence. Okay?
Well, I'm sorry. Apparently it's reverse for fishermen because this ship is unsinkable. It sank.
I'll stick with my Hakuna Matata. Okay. Oh my goodness.
It's okay if we start to sink. The Hakuna Matata can help us out.
Oh wow. Question for you.
Okay.
Do you think it was better for Umi and Shun to know the truth about their parents?
Yes.
Why?
Because knowing your family's history can sometimes make a big difference.
Okay.
Knowing the heritage of where my family has come from, like, not my immediate family, but my family further
your
back.
ancestors, yeah.
Knowing just a little bit that I know, it kind of helps me strive for something. On mom's side of the family, everybody's very spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
Their spiritual walks are insane. They are amazing, and they are very modest about it. One thing that everybody is trying to push on social media is how these spiritual people, their downfalls and pride.
Mm-hmm.
All these pastors and evangelists and, Bible thumpers, all of them.
Yeah.
But I think it's my Uncle Billy, my great Uncle Billy. I love going to family reunions and stuff.
Yeah.
And I love to hear him pray because of the fact that he prays with such a presence, with with power.
Oh yeah.
But it's
yeah, for sure.
Such a modest prayer.
Mm-hmm.
And he has always, since I could remember, before he prays, he'll say, I'm not a man of many words, and I don't pray extravagant prayers. I'm not the best at praying. But he takes his role as the patriarch of the family with such honor.
Yeah.
And whenever he prays, his words aren't extravagant, but they're passionate.
Yeah.
And it's really amazing to see somebody who is humble in their relationship with God versus somebody who is very outspoken. On my other side of the family, on my dad's side of the family, there has been, it's not very clean.
Yeah.
It's a very dark history, and you can see the chain reaction of that history. But you can also see where that history's been overcome.
Mm-hmm.
You see the cleaning of the house, basically.
Yeah.
Over time.
Yeah.
And to be able to have that example of overcoming the garbage,
Mm-hmm.
overcoming the darkness,
Mm-hmm.
in bringing everything into the light, to see somebody forgive somebody else years, decades
Mm-hmm.
after the wrong has been done.
Yeah.
To, see things like that where pride is dropped. To have those examples in history is what, I think that's, sometimes they say to know you want to know your history so you don't repeat it.
Yeah.
But sometimes knowing your history teaches you a lesson that needs to be repeated.
Yeah.
So I think that it was a very good thing that they learned, because they learned the love that their fathers had for them.
Mm-hmm.
They learned the bravery and the camaraderie and the relationships and the pride that they had, not just in what they did, but the pride that they had in their family.
Yeah.
That, your fathers didn't leave you in vain.
Yeah.
And I think that, knowing that, because at the beginning they had a crush on each other before they even knew anything.
Yeah.
But in knowing that, I think that gave their relationship a completely different standing. And
Yeah.
it's going to be a stronger relationship because of it.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, that because of the fact that they found out not just the partial truth, but they found out the full truth of everything, that it kind of gave them like a new relationship almost.
Yeah.
Like it redefined them.
Mm-hmm.
And that strong bond that their dads had, because they were best friends in battle. And not that I know what being in battle in the military means, but like I've heard a lot of stories that like that bond between brothers or sisters or anyone in the military when you're in battle, it's a lot stronger than any other bond that you can ever imagine. And to find that out, and the fact that Umi's dad would literally, without thinking, yes, I'll adopt him and I'll, raise him as my own, like without even, that's one of the most selfless things that someone could do. And granted, they of course weren't able to do that, but like they didn't give up to make sure that that boy had good parents.
Yeah.
And as soon as they took him, took Shun to the friends that lived underneath them or that lived right by them, like it was an automatic connection.
Yeah.
And when they found out all of that stuff, it was like it strengthened Shun's relationship with his adopted father. I feel like it, strengthened Umi's relationship with her mom, and like I think the whole thing definitely gave them like a new purpose and a new respect for one another and their family history, and like you said, like their relationship with one another, like it was like a very proud thing.
Yeah.
And it was a good prideful, not like one of those, selfish prideful things.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah, that's what I think about that.
Okie dokie. If the Latin Quarter had been cleaned up and turned into a modern, efficient office, would the students would have actually been more productive, or is mess necessary for creativity?
I think it all depends on what it is. I think it was you that said an archaeologist is happiest in a pile of garbage.
Yep.
So I think the archaeology department will, they benefit from the filth.
Well, if you remember when they redid everything, you were talking about the philosophy club.
Yeah.
They took his hut, as he called it.
Yeah.
I think is what his hut.
Yeah.
They took it, right? They
Uh-huh.
cleaned everything, but then they put it back. See, when they took it, I thought they were going to take it and get rid of it. But when the chairman came, it was still there.
It was just cleaner.
It was cleaned up.
Yeah.
So I feel like I do agree. Like, I feel like it all depends, because like the science department, I mean, they're like, on to the next experiment, like,
Yeah.
and they're going to go blow something up. So.
Yeah, well, in science, cleanliness produces better results, in my opinion.
Depends on the science.
You see better productivity in the journalist club with everything being organized and cleaned up. The engineering department, they can probably actually work a little faster if they could find what they're looking for.
I think it gave them a fresh start to realize their potential, honestly.
Yeah. I think that, like I said, I think the only one that didn't benefit from the cleanup was the archaeology department.
Yeah.
Now what are they going to dig through? I mean, it's a 100-year-old building, but they don't want holes in their lawns.
Interesting.
Yeah. By the way, that was what she was saying was from a study, so no offense to archaeologists. She told me that because once upon a time I wanted to go to school for archaeology. And whenever she was researching archaeology, there was a study that came across that said that archaeologists are happy in a pile of garbage.
Unless you're Hodgins. You're happy in any pile of anything.
Yeah, that's entomology, sludge, slime, and bugs and stuff.
Okay, peeps. So to recap, just like Jesus did in Matthew chapter 21, verse 12, when he entered the temple and drove out all of the people that were buying and selling, he was cleaning it out to remind everyone the purpose of the temple and to start anew. And we need to do that in our lives with courage and perseverance, and just remembering that no matter, even if it is 1% chance of success, to just keep doing it.
Join us as we close in prayer. Father God, I thank you for the many examples that you give us in your word. I thank you for Jesus coming down to this earth as a human so that we can see that us as humans can strive for change and succeed no matter what the rate of success is. And God, I ask that you open up our eyes to see you in the wonder and the lessons and beauty that's around us, even in the worlds created by artists and animators. And I pray that you let our passions for anime draw us closer to your truth. In Jesus' name, amen.
So thanks for hanging out with us on Rev's Otaku Talk Ghibli Fest. Make sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform, and don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook at Rev's Otaku Talkers and on X or Twitter at Rev's Otaku Talk. We'd love to hear from you, so drop us a comment, leave a review, and share your favorite anime and God moments with the community. Also, check out Rev's Otaku Shop to grab some awesome merch, and don't miss out on a bag of Rev's Kon Kohi coffee. The link is in the description below. Until next time, keep your anime collection strong and your faith stronger.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
God speaks in ways you didn't know. Stories rise like rising sun. We break them down one by one. True, this ain't just hype, it's revelation. Anime with holy inspiration. Otaku life with transformation. Faith and fandom, no limitation. It's Revs! Otaku talk! From JoJo's post to Spirit Lead, we laugh, reflect, and plant that seed. It's Revs! Otaku talk. So hit that play, don't walk away. Let's geek and grow in Jesus' way. O-T-A-K-U, talking truth in all we do. Rev's crew, rolling through. Faith meets fandom just for you.
Otaku.